Hello and welcome to Mint. You are watching Mint's special anniversary edition, and we have got Siddharth Singh with us, Mint's views editor, who is writing a piece on India's foreign policy. Welcome to the show, Siddharth.
Thank you.
Siddharth, tell us some of the incidents in the last 5 to 7 years that has shaped up India's foreign policy, and how do you look at it?
India began very confidently 7 years ago. We had an agreement with the United States on a civilian nuclear cooperation. Unfortunately, that just fizzled away. The results of that agreement are yet to be seen on the ground. Since then, India has lost, if I may, quite a bit of confidence in the foreign policy making arena. In our neighborhood, we have lukewarm relations with almost every country. Ties have not improved with Pakistan. We've had a series of border incidents with China, which this government has downplayed. The relationship with the United States has, well, it's after a promising start, it's turned out to be lukewarm. So it's been quite a bit down since the last 7 years.
As you rightly put, one of the major concerns that Indian foreign policy makers would have would be regarding China, because it is growing pretty fastly, both economically and militarily, and it is gaining the focus of global powers as well. And there's also a feeling that India should emerge as an alternative to China in this region. In that case, how do you look at India's relationship with China, given the fact that China is also very close to Pakistan?
See, our relationship with China is complicated. It's not a pure conflict nor a pure friendship situation. There are many dimensions, for example, trade, on which we have very nice ties with China. It's one of India's largest trading partners. It's in the security and strategic arena where our ties with China are strained. We have a very long border with China, which has been disputed in many places. That's a very old dispute going back to at least the 1950s. Generations of Indian leaders have tried to resolve that issue unsuccessfully. Our positions and those of the Chinese on the border issue are fairly well defined and rigid. That is a sticking issue. Now that problem has taken a larger dimension. China is a very strong military power. Its military strength is growing by the year. That worries its neighbors, including India. And there is a very strong perception that China is using Pakistan as a counterweight to India to keep it tied down on its western borders. Those are real worries.
So, when we look forward, say 10 years down the line, how should we look at China? As a friend, as a competition, or as a foe?
It's difficult to look that far in the future, but certainly it will be a cause for worry.
All right then, as you have seen Siddharth rightly putting it up that India and China are going to be key players as far as global foreign policy is concerned. For more videos, please tune into www.livemint.com.